I can't think of a super great algorithmy way to start this video. I'm feeling a bit bleh right now, and don't quite know what to do about it. So I thought I'd like stop work for a bit, and just kind of put my thoughts down, not really onto paper, but out into the universe and manifest something. Unfortunately, a lot of the thoughts I've had have been quite sort of like really down in the dumps. This is quite depressing. Fuck. But yeah, we're not going to manifest any negativity. Peace, love, and fairy dust, as my maths teacher used to say. I have been thinking a lot recently and just sort of like feeling off, and I don't particularly know why. I thought I had like literally a couple of minutes ago. It's like I really want to fucking like change my life a bit, and I think it's just to give it more structure. I right now doing a lot of like random shit. And don't particularly know, like, look, I feel like, permanently. And I want to get out of this rot. I've been in worse spaces, mentally than this before. And I've gotten out of them. So, like, it's completely doable. I've known people who also have been in, like, really bad places mentally and have gotten out of it. So it's not like this is a problem that can't be solved, which is, like, the best thing. But I just need to really figure out how to solve it. One of the thoughts I had was that I kind of just need I don't know if I need to win. But yeah, like, I remember, I've had like a lot of emotions going on for this last week, but I think the central thing right now that I'm having is I just need sort of like a form of income, but the form of income that I'm sort of happy with. I remember having a job and working for someone like paid by the hour. It's like a traditional job, and it fucking drove me insane. I've done tutoring before, nothing crazy. Like I'm very much like an independence virgin. Like, and I was about to say if I got like put out into the world tomorrow, wouldn't be able to survive. But I am out in the world. And I'm here, I guess. Maybe that's why I feel so uncomfortable, but at least I'm not dead. It's weird. You can't say like, oh, when I'm 18, like I'm 18, like I'm in this situation, and that's kind of like a weird thing that just you have to change your frame of mind, I guess. But it's good. Like once you change, you just get to change for the. A couple weeks ago, or like 2 weeks ago, when I really needed to get a job, I messaged a bunch of like startup people on Instagram, just like a couple actually, and one of them got back to me, and I did and I got in touch, and I said, okay, like I literally just need a job. Can I help out by like doing your email management or something like really low labor? We get paid like $6 on the hour. And he said like looking at your qualifications and stuff like this, but you get bored, and there's like better ways to use your stuff. We've got developers, but you don't really have training that. And I said, give me a project and I'll do that. And I remember when he said like, okay, yeah, like I'll send you something through. Like I felt like so ecstatic. Like a genuine sort of like real happiness, because like, oh fuck, like fuck, that sounds negative, but I was like, yeah, I finally made it. Like I've got something that's going to let me be self-sufficient for the next few months and lets me build a skill I can scale into businesses and things like that. And then I didn't get it. And then the emotional fallout from that was, like it was so bad. I remember just like lying with my girlfriend and just like literally, I think I was crying at one point. Like I was fucked up. I just felt like shit. Because I'm like a big kid, bro. Like, I think this is a problem. Like, I'm not. I don't know if I'm not proud of myself. Like, because I don't think I made like that many bad decisions. I didn't really see what else I could have done differently so far. Maybe different hair, but it's actually very convenient. I'm struggling. I know sometimes. But like yesterday was 2 days ago. I got back from Poland, and throughout, I think my whole stay there I was a little bit sleep deprived. Coming back, I think I then also was sleep deprived, and so like my sleep was thrown off a bit, and I'm pretty sure that just like fucks up my like mood a little bit as well. And yeah, yesterday was I remember like having points at where for some reason I was just like, bro, I just like hate life. Like it was so bad. And this is not saying that's correct. Like I didn't know why I felt like that, because I know that life is so good. But I feel like I'm a different person right now, or was then, which is good. I think that's the first step when I'm like venting to ChatGPT about whatever. That it says like, okay, like if you want to change your thoughts, like, you literally have control over your mind. Like you can just separate. You can step outside of those thoughts and just be like, okay, these like that negative, that's not me. Okay, so that's what I did. I was like, oh shit, like this isn't me, but I don't know where it's coming from, and it's really annoying. But it meant that like when I woke up, like yesterday, I remember going to bed and just feeling like there's a lot of things I could do to fix that, I guess, in terms of just like, you know, fixing your sleep, fixing your diet, maybe going gym, like but I don't know, like I think of the way I'm looking at it right now, it's like those things don't matter if I can't get money, and that might be just completely the wrong way to look at it, bro. Like I mean, even now I feel like tears like welling up a bit. Like I don't know where this is coming from, and it's really shit. Like it's really really shit. So I brought biscuits to make me feel better. And like it's not like it's particularly bad or like stop me from doing anything. Yesterday I was like, what the fuck is going on? And wasn't really able to get much stuff done. But today, like, I woke up and I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna like do something. If I can get a couple like good MVPs deployed on Vercel. So an MVP is a minimal viable product. I know like shit all about coding, by the way. I'm just like a vibe coder in a shed. But if I can get a minimum viable product, which is basically just like an app, like a prototype, put out onto the internet, and so I can play around with it, because this is some kind of notes I really like doing. I really like when I can see something I've actually done, because I'm pretty sure yesterday I did a lot of stuff, but I didn't really see it, because it was all left as just like code in the files, and I never actually do like put it onto a screen, and that's what deploying is, pretty much. That's probably not. It's probably not, but that's how I'm imagining it. And when I just remember thinking like I'd done nothing, and just feeling like burnt out and like, so today I really tried to sort of like flip that around. The project I said I wanted to work on this morning, I haven't worked on today. I decided to try something else, which isn't a good thing. This could be something I have to reevaluate, because I have hella different ideas for like businesses and things like that in my head right now, all of which seem good, and all of which probably are good. And all of them are shit. But that's the problem. Like, if they were all good, like that's probably like, how do you commit to one? And I don't. That might be a bit of like a leap I have to take there. I'm just trying to like evaluate the landscape right now. But yeah, today I built a couple websites and then cold called some places, and it was the first time I was really in the past. I've done this before. I don't know if I go through like iterations of like work, and I see some shit on Instagram and like, oh, I should cold call email businesses, and then like fail at it, and then and then go then like mess around for a bit, then come back to it. But now I was actually at a point where I was like very happy with my cold calling. The two places that picked up no, there were 3 places picked up, and 2 of them have said like, okay, look, we'll see what you've got going, which is so good, which is so good. Like a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, my cold calling was at a point where if some guy was like, oh, we've got that, like we've got an IT department, I'd just be like, oh, okay, bye. And I've just like put myself out of the deal. But now I'm like, well, this isn't really like an IT thing, and like, no offense, but clearly they're not on top of your shit if these issues are already up. Think of this more like a freelance thing, like a one-time thing, and we kind of spin them back into the loop of stuff, and really like there's a skill, and that's just come through iteration. And so, I mean, you really do just have to fucking love the process, man. Like, because I'm objectively better at cold calling, I'm objectively better at like website making and stuff and vibe coding now, but it's still not at the level well, I guess I can monetize it or anything like that. I think I'm really close, but the problem is I just got this like deadline of like we've got a deadline, isn't it? Like I'm gonna have to make money. What's scary as well is if I want to get a visa to move to Poland, you're gonna need like bank statements showing I'm not gonna go homeless, which means I need a reliable source of income, which is going to be difficult because I'm not going to be able to go back into the past and get like the last 6 months back. So I'm going to need a good income now. But yeah, it's fucking difficult, and like the worst thing is that I don't even think like I don't have anything concrete to show for it. Like I'm still at a point where I just sort of like kind of flip-flapping around. I don't have like, it's not like I have a business and my business is doing shit. It's like I don't have anything. I think that might be the first thing the step to take. Like I remember I could do that on via YouTube. I didn't think of this. Like everything's gonna make sense in reverse. Everything's gonna make sense in reverse. I had a couple nice realizations in terms of like product. I feel like I've learned stuff, like, and I have. One of the things I've really realized when I was looking into what makes good products and what I was thinking like could be something really good was what is my favorite thing? Like, what is a favorite thing that I own? So it's genuinely awesome earbuds. I love music. I was like, well, why do I love these things? Like, why would I? It's a no-brainer to buy these. And literally, it's because like I'm pretty sure from like first principles, it's because like it's a sense. You got 5 senses. You got like a 6th. There are other senses you've got where it's like you can figure out what orientation your body's in, and that counts as a sense or something. But you've got 5 senses: taste, smell, sight, touch, and hearing. There you go. And those are like your inputs for consciousness, right? So if you've got one of the, like your product directly ties in with one of those things, like that's perfect. That's why it feels so good and kind of generates stuff. And that made me then think like, okay, so then what's like another good thing? Well, like it'd be kind of cool if you could have something you could taste all the time, or like, and then I was like, oh shit, glasses. Imagine you had a glass. Like literally imagine, I've got such clear vision. Like if there was a screen there with a YouTube video playing, like, or just like behind me, or like while you were looking at your phone, you could get your glasses to just make this screen huge. That's fucking sick. That's actually sick. Like that's mental. And like, and the reason that's significantly better than just a phone is because the phone is like, you just have way more control of like your sensory input, I guess, or like that's all like your conscious. That's the way headphones are so good because you get such good control of like all of your like hearing. And I don't know how you'd scale up from that, like touch, taste, and smell. Like, would you want something that smell pleasant all the time? Yeah, but I think like hearing's like no. I guess a good way to think about it is like no one cares really if they lose their sense of taste, smell, maybe touch, but like it's not like touch is important for like interacting with stuff. But like the big one people would care about would be like being deaf. Being deaf must be difficult. The biggest one is blindness. Like people always say, like, would you rather be deaf or blind when like you're a kid? Or like you'd rather be deaf. Like you want to be able to see stuff. And so like the fact that we basically got this one figured out, like this sentence. Imagine the first company that's going to make glasses like this that you can just plop on, and like, that is awesome. Google releasing some later this year. I emailed a bunch of like a couple Chinese companies because I wanted to get involved with stuff, seeing if they could send me any hardware. The problem is I have no ability to like capitalize on this. I'd need like another thought I had was like, if I get some like really technical co-founders and start setting up teams, I think that could be a good idea because that compensates for my lack of experience. And I think I got like a good heart for this sort of stuff, but fucking hell, like I just feel like a weight. Like I don't even know if it's a weight. Like I just feel tired. I saw something where a dude, it was like a YouTube short, and a guy saying like, oh, like if your male friend says like, oh, I'm just tired, stop, because like apparently he was like a therapist or something, and if they say like it means they're gonna kill themselves. I am not going to kill myself. I've never had any suicidal intent or like whatever. But I just feel tired. I think what maybe I need to do is like optimize my life for like work then. But I think if I can get to a point where I have sort of the means to sustain myself, like, and a little bit extra, just so I can like go on like nice days, nice, like, have nice-ish things. Like I'm happy to like go skint and stuff, but I didn't really want other people around me to like suffer too much. Like, and then I can just work and focus on my work. Then I'm happy because I don't care about money. Like I got paid for the coding I did as like part of my trial projects for the startup guy. Like, bro, I don't care about the money, really. I think maybe I didn't care. It was like 150 quid, like pounds, like $200. And I mean, it's a small amount relative to what I need, but I mean, some of the start but I didn't feel like, because of it. The biggest takeaway from that was the fact that I learned stuff, I guess. But fucking hell, like if you look at it week on week, I'm getting a lot better at stuff, but it's really, it's not good, man. It's not good. I'm gonna keep going though because I ain't got really any alternative. The alternative, like I have been applying for jobs. This is another thing. I don't think I could do normal work. I could do normal work if it was enough to like make everyone else around me happy. Like would I though? Like people around me wouldn't be happy that I'm sacrificing myself to keep them happy. But like, if you had like a job which meant that like your kids and like say your wife and like your parents and like everyone around you could live like perfectly, and you just gotta go do the 9 to 5 night, no matter how bad it is. I really kind of think that like I could easily rationalize myself to be like, oh, okay, I'll sacrifice myself for that. And I ain't got no problem with that. But like, it's a shame because like people look at that and say like, oh, it's a waste of potential, and I kind of agree. But yeah, I guess maybe the reason 150 quid wasn't like amazing was that I honestly don't know, bro. Like, I was trying to think like if it's 100 grand, I'm gonna be super happy, but I'm still gonna need to figure out how to make more money in the future. You know, like it would have just bought me time to figure it out. It's difficult. It's really, really difficult. 150 grand. There was another thought I had regarding that. But yeah, like even if like these guys call me back later today, I'll call them up tomorrow. I'm not gonna be too hasty about chasing them up. Or chase them up tomorrow to give them some time to talk with people about it if they need to, and just sort of mull it over in their minds instead of just like chasing them down. and they go like, oh yeah, like we'll buy a website off you. Like, great. Like, I wouldn't be happy for the money. I'll be happy that like I can make money. And I can be like, fuck, finally, bro. But man, I think that's what I need to do then. I need to like get something concrete, and I think I need it to be shit, and I just need to keep working on it. Because then at least I can have fucking hell, man. Like, I don't know why it hurts. Like, it doesn't hurt, but it's difficult. It's really difficult. I have no idea. But it's okay. I guess you could manifest it in a way of like saying, I'm gonna be like, bro, in my mind, like, I can't envisage like a life. It sounds so entitled, but I can't envisage a life where I don't have what I want. Like, but because I'm literally just not. Come as a kid, I guess. Like, I think I probably like took a break for maybe like 3 hours today, like in terms of like relaxing, chatting with friends, maybe like 4 and stuff. And like, if that's the amount of slack I'm gonna cut myself, and that is gonna prevent me from getting better, then that needs to go, I guess. But this is the problem, I guess, because I don't have any concrete results. I think that has to be the first. But yeah, that's if I egoed it away and bet on myself, like, who else am I gonna fucking bet on? Like, yeah, why would I not bet on myself? Like, saying, yeah, I'm gonna be like billion trillionaire. And I started documenting it now. And this is kind of what I was thinking. Like, I wanted to change my life. It's like, well, if I just put it down, like the sort of person I want to be, and I did those things, I'm then that person. It's like, yeah, like, what are you gonna do about it? See, that's not a bad idea. Yeah. Okay, I'm very happy with that, actually. I've come to a good conclusion. And look, my mood's like, now I've got something to do. Now I'm happy. You give a man a why, and he'll like crawl over broken glass with a smile or something. Like, give a man a reason, give a man a purpose. Yeah, I'm happy. Oh, make some shit. Get a couple teams together. I need good people to learn from. That would be a good one. Yeah, and then like I got like maybe a month to make this work out, and I think if by the end of the month I can make $1,000, like, I'll be happy, and then that will be just enough to maybe get a share apartment. Like, maybe. Not a bad idea. So, life is good. 20 minutes of got a couple of things to go off. I hope you have a wonderful day. And yeah, pray for me and I'll pray for you. Amen. Have a good one.